Hello there, wonderful lords, ladies, and others of the internet, and welcome back to Paleocraft. We're on the new server. It took us freaking forever to get this working. But we are joined here by ASDFGirl.
Hello.
And various other of the staff. We've got Flightless here, one of our admins.
Hello.
Small and Kang are flying around somewhere.
I'm just out and about. I'm feeding the dinosaurs because they're starving to death.
Yeah, we should probably feed them. And this is just going to be a quick tour of our new spawn area for ASDF. You've never actually been on one of our servers yet, have you?
I don't believe so. Technic is always difficult for me.
Yeah, as the past
as we found out.
Yeah, as the past 2 hours have just proven. But yeah, this is the main spawn out. Let's just clear the weather. Don't want it to be raining. But yeah, this is
also,
the main.
I never noticed the magnets, by the way.
Oh yeah, Guam put that in earlier. Yeah, this is our new spawn area. We tried to encompass all of the mods used. So we've got dynamic trees, we've got Dawn of Time, we've got molasses doors, rustic. We've got loads of things
Macaw's
here.
roofs, aka the best mod in the game. Fight me.
Yeah, we got fancy roofs. And we just tried our best to have a very welcoming spawn, and this took us a lot less time to make when compared to other spawns, because it's not just me making it this time. So, oh, these tables are new. So we just tried to make it look like a realistic town. And each building has a purpose, like this is like a miner's shack. And we've got beds over in the next room. And we've got Mr. Crayfish furniture, which is always used for... I can. But we've just tried to make it look as realistic and plausible as possible. And like each building's going to have its own shop at some point.
Excellent.
So we've got more creatures, the bugs are everywhere.
I had to kill a maggot earlier, and I don't like how they undulate.
We've got Bibliocraft, more furniture. Find it weird how this is actually the only building we've got that has a clock. Yeah, each building just like has at least some of, if not all of, the mods involved. Find it weird though, we have. Oh yeah, all the FNA stuff's up there. We've also got Chococraft, McCall's fridges, frame block craftery. Got a few of those.
Which is basically carpenter's blocks, but, you know, open source.
And working for 1.12. Tinkers. Got a massive... Tinkers has always been here. People love Tinkers. Makes life easier, like my armor's Tinker's armory. Well, construct armory.
You just walked right past my stables and didn't say a thing.
I saw it. I haven't been talking.
Yeah,
No,
What do you want me to say?
Bantu didn't.
I'm surprised have you noticed the roof yet? No, not the roof.
A chocobo.
Yeah, there is a chocobo. Yeah, chocobos are really fast, and I'm pretty sure you can get them to fly if you train them.
Yeah, you feed them peppers.
Funny weird about like peppers make birds fly. I should add Red Bull.
That would make funny.
You'll see
Yeah.
these things
Yeah,
later.
you'll
By the
see the normal version of these later. Like this is just a statue of
Yep,
them.
I made these.
We've got a market square. I can't remember. Did we actually put anything in the market square yet?
I don't think we have, other than the working noose that we made.
Yeah, we market
We
square
need a
still
working
work in
noose.
progress. I think the only shop that we have at the moment is the FNA shop. We've got little houses.
As
We've
it
got
should
a
be.
farm. Yeah. Yeah,
I must get someone to
FNA
execute it
is
for
the
show.
reason this server exists. So we thought it only fitting.
Uh-oh. Small, what did you do?
I think-
You'll see. Well, once I can get the right thing.
Oh, I think they're back in the market
You'll
square. They're at the podium.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
come
added
to the
gallows.
podium. We added in fucking gallows.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we added it. I just left them to their own devices and they did it.
And this upsets me.
We gotta
Don't get it to
be a
work
farm over
properly.
here. To be honest, I think we should have used a different crop other than wheat to show that we do have Pams, but to be fair, this looks more like a rice field, but Can wanted wheat.
Yeah.
And this thing's actually built on top of a Formcraft mound.
Hill.
Yeah, Formcraft hill.
Neat.
Yeah, if you were to go to the other side, you can see it in that other one of those beetle
Guardian thing.
things.
Over here we got
Lagging
small
some
fishing,
freaking jellyfish. I'll take care of these.
small fishing port. Lots of crates. And a little boat with me in it.
What is just the
Oh.
glowing stuff? Ow! Ow! What's
It's
happening?
jellyfish that I'm dealing with right now.
Ankle biter.
No,
Jellyfish
yeah,
glow?
we'll just set you to creative mode to stop that happening. But yeah,
How did the jellyfish glow like that?
I don't know.
Because they're electric or something. I don't know, but they're all dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. But yeah, this is the.
We should have added some for a tomb, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, we should have. Yeah, 'cause we've got a tomb as well, haven't we?
Mm.
So yeah.
I do have a battle camel. If we want to go, if you want me to go grab that, just parade around in here.
Well, to be fair though, where would a tomb?
What was that?
That was the light's blessing thing.
Wait, what? What just happened?
That's from Mousie's mobs.
Yeah, we got Moses. Mom.
Oh!
Oh, the sun's blessing.
Yeah, it's like that old meme of that person firing his laser. I'm like, firing my laser.
Here you see it destroyed a road. I added that in because why the hell?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of these destroyed guardians here, there, and everywhere, especially up there. The FNA shop.
Oh yeah, especially up there.
We got a chicken coop here.
There's an ogre on the roof.
Wait, what? Kill it with
You're
fire.
not supposed to exist.
Go away.
It did.
Fences.
Fire and the power of the sun.
Oh yeah, the winery. You should look at
Yeah,
the back of it.
Oh, yeah, you should look at the grapevines. Yeah, so
This is so cute!
yeah, I worked hard on this little vineyard.
Now, do you notice anything different about the fences?
They're skinny!
They go diagonal.
Diagonal.
Yeah, diagonal fences.
They're quite useful.
Yeah, they are very useful and very pretty. This vineyard took a while to do, but it also shows off, how to grow the grapes and that there is fertile soil. The fertile soil is pretty much like normal farmland, except you don't need a water source. And it's ridiculously cheap to make. Like, really cheap.
Oh yeah, it's just dirt and bone meal.
Yeah, it is. It's also got an ironwood tree in the middle. They drop iron berries every so often.
That you
And,
turn into juice that I use to screw people.
well, yeah, it can be used for juice, but also if you dry out the berries, you get iron dust, which can be smelted into an iron ingot.
Huh.
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that.
yeah, it's in the almanac, which is it's the rustic guide. It's actually pretty cheap to make, but you have to find olives first. Oh yeah, and I made this little car. I'm not that impressed with it, to be honest, but it's still here.
Kang's trying to save the horse. We saw nothing.
I see someone singing my spawn.
It'll go away.
Alright, well,
Eventually.
continuing on.
Yeah, continuing on, we've got the apothecary here and the pub.
AKA my favorite building now.
Because you made it.
Yeah, this
I
is,
know.
this is one of my builds.
Yeah, this is the tavern.
I just made the blacksmith in the,
Yeah, as a traditional Englishman, I saw
I
it
made
my
the
duty to make
apothecary
the
and
pub.
something will get to later.
oh
What's
god.
flying in the tree over here?
I think it's a bird.
Yeah, I think it's a bird.
Huh.
Oh yeah, there's a
making
bird
that
stuck
noise.
inside. You can see
Where's
it.
that? Where is the bird?
It's inside the tree, literally inside.
But
Oh,
yeah,
it's stuck.
since I'm from England, I saw it fit, but it was my duty to make the tavern. I think it went. I think it turned out well. It's got a nice cellar. It's got a nice sitting area upstairs. It's got a cellar behind the bar.
I have caught the bird.
Yeah,
Then why
shall
can I
no
still
longer
hear it small?
bring picture.
I've caught it. That's why.
Oh,
Oh,
Cal, he's got half a heart.
now it's got.
God,
a
he
heart.
just killed
Oh, dear.
himself. He just
Oh
killed himself.
no. Poor buddy.
I think the Mo creature's birds are very suicidal.
Well,
A lot of
you
things
can
are very
say that, but at the
suicidal in
same
this.
time, they're all. They don't really drop anything. So.
Feathers.
So there's not feathers. Okay.
And you can tame them. They can, like, right on your
Moving on
head.
to the apothecary here.
Yeah, no, not the apothecary.
We have this nice little outside area.
Like, signs to help people navigate.
Yeah,
Probably.
I did install a signpost mod,
Oh, it's a bee.
thinking it was a normal signpost mod, but that didn't turn out well.
This is actually kind of...
It's a waypoint mod.
Yeah, it's a
AKA
waypoint mod,
better.
but I installed it by accident. But yeah,
This is kinda fitting.
All that signposts.
There's a little bee here that spawned.
Oh,
Oh, it's cool.
it's cute.
Very fitting.
It's tiny.
Hi, buddy.
Why aren't Minecraft
And then there's a
bees that
deer.
small?
And there's just the...
It's because they're, like, abominations.
Oh yeah, that's a deer from Mystical World. It's one of the magical mods we've got pulled from for Roots.
It
Look, there's a
appears that
wolf.
regular players can't sit on any sort of benches.
Um,
Probably in this area because they haven't been claimed.
yeah, it's probably admin claims.
Uh-huh.
Kang,
Yeah.
fix that. Give her permissions.
Give her permission to sit down.
Kang knows is the only one that knows how to use permissions here.
But
Yeah,
fun
but-
fact, this was actually a build based off of a place that exists in real life. It's a very similar location, just more of a restaurant than an apartment.
Oh, there we go.
I didn't realize there's gargoyles.
Fun?
Oh yeah, gargoyles.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
But oh, you actually have a nice view of the temple from here.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
The FA part.
Yeah. Flightless made that. Flightless actually started making that very early on.
Yeah, me and Kang built that.
Oh, we're forgetting something
Have
over here.
fire breathing, megalosaurus and such.
Why are we forgetting?
Oh,
yeah, we are
yeah.
forgetting something. If we just had a slight detour over here.
I don't know where over
This
here
thing-
is.
This holds a little bit of a historic significance on the server. And,
Where you
there's
go?
reasons for that.
There you are. Yeah,
Um,
Top, one of our donators, made this. It's our Formcraft cave. And she
Yeah, it's a witch
nearly
cave.
destroyed... Her and Flightless nearly destroyed Spawn with it.
Actually, only her. I was literally only here in the room when it happened.
Yeah, you were in the room, you're guilty by affiliation. But,
Did she throw, like, quintuple compressed cobblestone in the cauldron or
No, it was
something?
Netherrack.
Netherrack. It was Netherrack.
yeah, she
that
used
put in.
compressed netherrack and she threw a lot of it into a Formcraft crucible, which caused a lot of, taint to form. Yeah.
Over 59,000.
because of the way Formcraft physics works, when all that deteriorated, it just started opening rifts everywhere. It was not good.
It was like a war of the worlds.
I was minorly insane, and Tot was completely gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Top went completely off the deep end.
We should have built a hot springs up on the mountains. I just realized.
You should.
Yeah,
You should
I mean,
do
there's
that.
nothing saying we can't do that. We can.
We need to build a hot springs now.
But yeah, I remember after that event, I had a sanity checker on me, like, a solid few days after that.
Oh yeah, you can climb the dynamic trees.
Well, you can climb some of them. You can't climb all of them. You can climb birch. Yeah, it's mainly birch. I don't know why you can't climb the others, because let's be honest, I think you'd probably find an easier time climbing a very tall oak instead of a very spindly birch. But
I think what it is, it has to be like with the sides of the tree.
yeah.
Mm.
But we're now on to the oh yeah, you found the nice rope swing that Guam made. Well, Guam originally made it over there, but Flightless accidentally wrote a tree it was in, and so moved it.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, and then it broke, and I'm like, oh, well. Oh, by the way, credit to me for making literally pretty much all the paths.
Oh yeah, we worked Flightless ragged, just making
Send help.
paths.
This tunnel was a child. I remember a couple of donators were screwing around out there, and I just, sat a chair down and watched them.
Yeah, you get a nice view. You get a nice view of spawn from up here.
Yeah, I think this
Who
was
were the donors?
this was the
Dragon
area.
and Todd.
Yeah, I was watching Guam and Todd screw around with like the Earth Talisman and stuff.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So here we've got the Temple of the Scarab and Dodo.
AKA
Flightless.
my child.
This took Flightless so long.
And for one very simple reason you shall see in a second. And King. But
Yeah.
mirror
This is
effect,
why.
baby.
This took them a very long time. Oh, if I remember correctly, Small tried doing it originally.
I did do it originally, and then we just had like a redo it basically.
Yeah, because Kang did the facelift on this whole thing. Much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've probably noticed that there's a lot of them items placed around. That's placeable items and Quark adds spruce chests. Quark adds a lot of stuff actually. Come to think of it, like the bookshelves are. Oh no, the bookshelves are chisel. But we've got a giant. I mean, this was meant to be a dodo, but we all told.
It's just a
Flightless
generic
it was wrong.
bird now. It's
a
really
chicken.
just a generic.
It looks like a chicken.
It looks like a chicken.
Well, yeah, but the thing that distinguishes it from a chicken for me is that there's no comb or.
You
Yeah,
have
there's a
discovered the Waystone Spawn Temple.
Yep. I thought A, it looked cool, and B, why not?
I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of. This little creature.
It looks like a peat.
It's
Yeah.
just a bird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
a
meant
peep.
to be a dodo, but we told him no to that quickly. It's not a dodo.
I mean, if you made it more blocky, I think it would turn into a dodo.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we
Gave it a big blocky body and a neck. There you
Yes, that was the main thing. Is like it has no neck.
originally it was a lot blocky and had one of a neck, but I was trying to make it like a chibi version. So yeah.
Yeah, and how well did that turn out, Flightless?
Well, yeah. Me and Peg just kind of like.
And then I made this abomination with the custom NPCs. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
god.
God.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
The bomb shelter.
Yeah, probably best to hide.
No, don't give me the deadly chickens. Or, not chickens, what should I say? Parrots. It's not gonna be the parrots, I swear.
Well, we're all in
Oh,
creative
God,
mode
they're not
anyway.
those.
Okay.
Up. ASDF's just moving off.
You honestly should.
Just
be
looking
aware of
around.
that.
Yeah, to be honest, it's safer to run away from whatever Small's doing.
No, it's not gonna be deadly.
Yeah, you said that about
Oh yeah,
the parrots,
it's just
and
a
look
baby
what happened.
dodo with the adult picture, which is really.
Yeah.
And now we're coming over to the archaeological side of things.
And you can also look out onto the field and see just a bunch of those broken boys.
Yeah, we've got Ben Stein over here. This is one of the villagers, but he was put down before the mod updated, so he's still got all of his old trades.
It's great.
Hi, Ben.
And in here we've got the FNA shop. And,
Pokemon Center.
yeah, I branded it the Pokemon Center.
And he's the only one with modern appliances too.
Yeah, because he's not. Ben's an archaeologist. He's
a time traveler.
He's a time traveler.
Also, a fun fact, this bottle of enchanting, we didn't know we didn't know that Byogu was going to be a thing, or what color it would even be. Somehow we got it 100% accurate. That looks like a bottle of Byogu.
Yeah, I added the slime in afterwards when the recipe for culture vats.
Ooh, they're bouncy, I did not know this.
Yeah, they are.
I just now figured out that they were bouncy.
Yeah, well,
I
I
just
recently
figured that as well.
It's a bit of a shock.
And then we got some Dryos that used to be custom NPCs, but then Potato Essence got added, and we're just like, well, do that instead. Really? I did not know that.
Wait, the NPCs grow?
Huh.
I mean, just
That makes a lot more
upstairs
sense.
here we've got the FNA shop. Or at least part of it, we don't have any blocks yet, but we do have like the bio goods.
We do have the blocks. We have the machinery blocks.
Oh yeah, we have like the machinery blocks, but not like the building blocks. Like ash and volcanic
I
rock
actually
and-
just recently
No.
buy some stuff.
Yeah, it's like a laboratory shop. We still have to add all the other shops, but we wanted to get the important bits down first.
Yeah. And then you have like this giant dragon.
This dragon took me and Ken so long to do.
Cool.
Wait, was it really like 3 hours? Good God. I tried to add some form of accuracy to it, but let's be honest, from a first skeleton, I think
It's a
it
dragon.
well. It's a dragon. You can tell it's a dragon. That's all that matters.
There's like a little herd of mammoths over here. They spawn naturally.
Mo creatures, mammoths, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we do have a banner that has FNA mammoths nearby.
Well, isn't there a glitch with FNA mammoths where they just only sleep?
Yeah, with a lot of cathermal. Pretty much every cathermal non-aquatic species is stuck being...
Unless it's hungry.
Yeah, unless it's hungry. So,
Okay.
Yeah, if it's
I just
hungry, it
remember
gets up and moves. But
I just remember it was just the Diplodocus is the main issue, but then now everything.
yeah, the Diplodocus...
well, it's been that way for a couple of updates now. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, no one's ever said that.
Really?
What?
So yeah, we can't fix something if no one says that it's an issue. The cathermal mobs sleeping all the time has just never...
Yeah, well, to be honest, I haven't noticed it. I'm going off
It
what everyone else is saying.
wasn't...
Huh.
No,
Yeah, I
that-
first
that-
noticed
that's
it when
anyway.
Sarkos would sleep all the time, and I got really confused. But yeah,
I mean, alligators and crocodiles are lazy anyway, most of the time.
fair. But like, if they're sleeping for several weeks on end, you think,
That's true.
Yeah, there might be a problem.
Mm.
Yeah, the tail just sort of like droops off the side of the glacier.
Yes, me indeed.
Whee!
Because we do have ice and fire.
Yeah.
I am
If we're
probably a
related, it
bit
might
way
not be.
too proud of these little droid guys.
I'm just proud of my blacksmith and stable. It turned out pretty good.
Yeah, they did. But all in all, that's pretty much spawn. We got fancy windows, we got buttons, chocobos,
Awesome.
you know, the essentials. And
And then the FNA temple.
yeah, and the FNA temple. I like how the FNA's got the biggest building, as it deserves.
Yeah. Fitting. Even though hardly none of those were actually.
Ow.
Don't kill anyone.
Building, well, yeah, building.
Oh yeah.
You know, only like the bookshelves and yeah, that's actually about it.
Yeah, time for the demonstration.
Oh, yeah. They
Oh,
were able
yeah.
to get this working. ASDF, where'd you want?
Yeah, I wouldn't put that in a video
Yeah,
for your
neither would I,
server.
to be honest, because it's not very nice to do to villagers.
Dang.
People do this all the time to you, don't lie.
I'm not gonna do it.
True, but doesn't mean it should be in a video.
I don't think we even can. Like, for
But
some
yeah,
reason,
that's
Leeds been really...
spawn.
I think I fixed it.
Yeah, it's got a, I think the rope swing's one of the sweetest parts of it, to be honest. The temple's nice, but the rope swing's cute.
We probably spent way too much time on the freaking galleries.
I keep missing the bridge. Oh, that might be why. It's because of the leaves. Yeah.
Fixed it. Jeez, there are like 5 freaking leaves on the thing.
Am I in the way? Is that why you can't get
No,
up?
I think it's the leaves. Oh, there we go. There we go. But yeah, that's spawn. It's not 100% done, but structurally it's finished. It's like 98% done.
Awesome.
Meanwhile,
Did you guys have some questions?
Yes, I do. I was just looking for the file on my phone. 'Cause, in total, we've got about 12 questions. I'm not really sure if you'll be able to answer all of them.
We can try.
Yeah, we can try. So, the first question came from Flightless. Actually, no, a good chunk of these came from Flightless, to be honest.
which is funny because I thought my list was small.
Yeah, your list was small, but no one else asked.
Mine was like even smaller, which is one question.
Yeah, Small had a question, Flightless had like 5. I filled in the rest. Oh no, and Kane had a couple. So, I'm going to start with what I listed as personal questions. I don't really know why I listed them as personal, but they're more focused towards you as a person more than a member of FNA dev team. So, it's like, what's your favourite animal from the mod?
From the mod. I don't. It's so hard to pick.
I mean, there's like 50 of them, so...
Right. I'm honestly going to go to our creative tab and just like look through them. See what comes to mind.
I'd say the easiest one is look up the DNA on Just Enough Items.
Well, yeah, in theory that would be easier. But where's the fun in that? We've got such a nice creative menu that most of our players will never be able to access. Oh yeah, we got a new backpack mod. You can probably see it on Kang.
Yeah. I saw the backpack.
It's a very nice backpack mod. I've actually got one. Do I have it still on? Oh yeah, I do still have it on
Yeah,
me.
evidently I have one on too. I forgot to take it off.
Yeah, I've got the diamond upgrade, so it's...
Same.
This is the diamond upgrade. This is as big as it gets, but when you first get it, it's like two extra lines of inventory. Yeah, so when you add like all the Tinker's stuff on top of a backpack, you've got an extra 2 inventories worth of space.
So I don't know. My favorites are some of the cute ones, like Dryosaurus.
Yes.
Feathered
Dryos are
version.
my favorite.
Oh well, the dinosaurs are adorable.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
nice
Dryos,
as well.
Compies, and yeah, that's actually about it. Are my favorite.
I think the Ornitholestes is one of my new favorites.
Yeah, the Ornitholestes is cute.
It is pretty cool.
I mean,
But
I
whatever
also
that,
really
new-
like Tick-to-Lick just because of its charisma.
Like fish.
like fish. All hail the like fish.
All hell
Hello.
Blackfish. So, next question is one more related to the mod. This was one of my questions. I was quite curious about this one. So, since I've been to Brimbo, this question popped up quite quickly. What was it like working with the Fossil Forest project? And who actually started that? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you?
Okay, so one of their employees reached out to us because they were originally partnered with the Paleocraft mod,
Oh.
which you guys incidentally have the same name of.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, the
that mod was
Paleocraft mod
focused on
was,
like Paleozoic animals, which Brimbo specializes in because it's a Paleozoic forest. But they asked if we would be willing to work with them, add a couple mobs and plants and such, and make them a mod or a map or a server or something that they could show off in their visitor center. And we were like, holy shit, this is so cool. Yes. And so we've just been, we put together a list of things, sent it to them, got their feedback, and we've been slowly working on that content and bouncing it back and forth with them.
Oh, okay.
And now that school is out, technically, for, you know, the global pandemic, yeah, we're able to work on things a little bit more, and that's why 8.4 came out so fast, or 8.0.4, I mean. And then next big update should be the final Brembo update that has just the rest of the content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but whatever that small sailed one that got teased, I love that little dino.
Cloudy Easter.
Thank you!
It's
Cloudy
adorable.
Easter. Yeah.
He's my little buddy.
I love him. It, definitely my one of my favorites gets released.
If future me remembers, I'll probably edit like a screenshot of it up in the corner for reference. So everyone else doesn't have to go fishing for it, if that's okay with you.
But what if I
Yeah,
just
of
like
course.
spammed your DMs with a future panty remember it?
Please don't spam me.
I'll do it.
You don't spam me
Yes.
either. I already get enough of you in the mornings.
I'll do it.
Okay, and so that's really interesting. When I visit there again, I'll well, if the visitor centre's built by then, I'll certainly have a look.
I've got a question to
Right.
go along with that.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
How many mobs do you think will be planned with the rest of the Brembo mobs?
So there are 4 Brembo mobs left. Mesotheros, that insect that Tyranno made, is one of them, and so is Platyhystrix. So there's 2 more that you guys haven't heard about yet.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay.
Well, you heard it here first. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. Okay, so next on the list, I'll just alternate between more for you and Mod General. So how did the current version of FNA come about, and how did you get involved? Because this is the FNA revival mod, so.
Right. So, the original Fossils and Archaeology mod, not the revival, was made by another team led by a coder named Flammarilva, and eventually Flam wasn't able to work on the mod anymore, so they made the code open source and just stopped production. Eventually, like 4F and Tyranno and the early mod team came together, and they put together Fossils and Archaeology Revival. And that was coded by 4F, who is not a coder, so it wasn't like a super... what's the word I'm looking for?
Clean?
Well put together?
Yeah, it wasn't super clean. And eventually they kept getting more members. If you've been following along for a while, it was a big deal whenever like Raptor Farian joined the team, because he was a fan modeler, and they were like, hey, you want to join? And that made everyone else so super hopeful that they could one day join the team. That's what got me into modeling.
Oh, okay.
And the spark of all the fan models
Yeah.
for days.
Yeah, and so after a while of just being a fan of FA, I saw another mod spring up. It was called the Fossils and Archaeology Jurassic Park Edition, which was made with the same original Fossils and Archaeology open source code, but was just going a different direction from Revival, which was great. And so they actually let me join their team, and I just started out making models for them. And if you know anything about the history of Jurassic Craft, Fossils and Archaeology Jurassic Park Edition became Jurassic Craft, and it was not a great environment. And after a year or so, I left them and befriended the team from Fossils and Archaeology Revival. And, you know, working with Raptor and Red and Tyranno was just so much fun. They invited me to join. So that's how I got here. And that was around 2015, 2016.
I hear a dodo. Where's the dodo?
You see a dodo.
Oh, there's the dodo.
Random dodo out of nowhere.
Oh, hello. He's sleeping.
Oh,
Sleeping
the Dodo
baby.
models are adorable. I
Yeah.
remember Dodo Rex happened. That was all weird. That was a weird one. But yeah, that's interesting. So you originally started out with old Jurassic Craft, and then new
Yeah.
Jurassic Craft happened, and you
Well, what have you done?
left for... I'd like to
The
say
Dodo
greener
Apocalypse.
pastures, but Jurassic Craft had its moments. Not a mod.
Wait,
Yeah, I wanted to believe in that project a lot, but the management was, you know, just not
good.
right.
So, next on the to-do list. Yeah, this is one I think Small mentioned in passing. If there are any mobs, or actually it may have been Small, or it may have been me, or a mixture of the two. Are there any planned mobs that haven't been announced or showcased yet, like the Ornitholestes we can look forward to?
I mean, yes. By the time that we add the dimension where all the prehistoric mobs will spawn naturally,
The time
by that time we want to have 125 mobs in the game.
Oh,
That's
wow.
our short
Holy
list.
crap!
Currently
Where's my
in game we have 52. That's including Diplodocus and Ornitholestes.
So we're
Well,
Almost
halfway
halfway there.
Yeah,
Almost,
there goes
yeah.
my pipe dream of having a zoo with all of the dinos in it.
there. Yeah, that...
Hey, eventually.
Yeah, we just need a
Eventually.
Hopefully.
just need a bigger one. And in the
Hopefully
sort
that'll
of-
never come true. We just keep getting infinite amounts of dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures.
Yeah. Just also added,
Have all
wanted to
the-
add to this
yeah.
on if any ancient penguins are planned.
Or
And
frogs.
or what?
Frogs.
Frogs. Ancient
Frogs.
frogs. Or ancient frogs.
I don't know if they are or if they're not. I don't think I should say. That would be spoilers.
Yeah, it would be spoilers. I mean, we figured, but Flightless wanted me to ask anyway.
Yeah.
If there's something that is publicly confirmed, you know, I'll of course say that. But
I mean, the closest thing we have is a Hesperornis.
This is I mean, it's penguin-like, but it's not a penguin. That's
More like a goose.
correct.
It's more like a goose penguin. A pengoose. There we go. So, next on the list is, what's your favourite prehistoric animal in general?
I don't have a definite favorite. I have like a couple different favorites.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
really like Utah Raptor and Kentrosaurus. I think my favorite group is Ankylosaurus, just because if you look at their skulls, they just have these big, obnoxious noses, and they're so cute.
That is
Dinosaurs are
true. They
adorable.
do
They
have those
have
big
boopable
noses.
That just made me remember I don't have any Ankylosaur DNA.
You should get to work on that.
Yeah, I've been trying. The biofossils have not been kind to me, so...
Sauropods are the best. Fight
Well,
me.
now we know where all that DNA went.
Yeah. Flightless also asked at some point if there are plans for any more toy variants.
We do have plans for more toys. At this point, they're not really high priority, just because, you know, we're trying to get toward, Brimbo, and we have 3, like, major update ideas that we're working towards.
Oh, okay.
So toys are just,
I
like,
just had an idea for a pig, like, toy that carnivores can chase around, but that's just me.
I mean,
not
if you're
chase
talking
around.
about a pig toy, you could just spawn in a pig.
Yeah,
Fair.
that is fair.
I was
But,
thinking
like, a
something
prey dummy,
what I
that's
was
a
thinking
commonly
about.
suggested item.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
was thinking more
the stuffed pig.
like a wind-up animal that just chased around, sort of like
Mm-hmm.
like when they attach legs of meat to like little remote control cars for lions in zoos.
Exactly.
I haven't seen that, but that's hilarious.
It's fun to watch.
Another commonly suggested one would be, like, food items in an ice block that they could chase
Oh,
around.
yes.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Because zoos do that a lot.
Mm-hmm. And Zoo Tycoon was very popular with that.
Right. So, you know, little things like that. We have a list of them, we just haven't put any new ones in recently.
Oh, okay.
A hamster inside of a hamster ball.
Okay, so the next the next sort of personal-ish question. That's snail.
That is a snail.
What? Why?
Aww.
It's just
I just moved it.
Oh, I was wondering what you
Hi,
were playing
buddy.
with.
I moved it over here.
So the next one on the list is, does working on FNA ever get in the way of your personal life? With like work or anything?
Usually not, because, you know, if I have work to do or, like, homework, I have to work on that. Like, I don't have a choice. But, previous boyfriends would get annoyed sometimes if I spent too much time working on the mod. But at that point, mod's more important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like beside the point, but a lot of my best friends are on the dev team just because we've been, you know, vibing together for 5 years now.
Well, working
And we've
together
just
does
been
take
there for each other. So it's working on this with them is just very important to me.
Oh, okay. And so, next one on the list is, there's the toy question. So, a while ago, the paleontology update was announced, or like the idea for a paleontology update was announced. And I was wondering, and I think Flightless chimed in on this one as well, if any, like when it was announced it was still pretty much an idea, like you wanted it to change but you weren't sure how to go about it, and we were just wondering if any alterations have been made, like if plans have changed, or if any ideas have been more solidified on what you'd like to do regarding it.
Great. Well, the 3 big updates I mentioned, one of them's the paleontology update, one's the archaeology update, one's the dimension update.
Okay.
The paleontology update, I don't believe anything has really changed since we've told you guys about it, because we still want skeletons to spawn underground instead of the fossil ore. We still want to do some sort of mini game and have different ways of collecting them. And of course the fossil models will be different too. I think that's all stuff that we've mentioned before. It's just, at this point, we haven't implemented it yet just because we've been working on 8.0 bug fixes and getting the Brimbo content in, slowly but surely.
Oh, okay.
But is there like an ideal plan on how that minigame is going to go?
We've talked about it. It's not entirely set in stone yet, though. And so I don't want to give anything away if things aren't going to happen.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And that's a very cute choice of words. Nothing set in stone. Hey, but the dinosaurs are. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help the bad pun. You hit me with your weird god sword, didn't you?
Yep. You're lucky to do a lightning strike.
Well, I'm in immortal mode, so it doesn't really affect. Hang on, I'm just gonna
Now, are there any prehistoric goats or sheep being planned?
Yes!
Yeah!
So, Myotragus is one of the few mobs on my personal list that are public right now.
Oh, so there's
I have a
more.
model for it,
So
but, what was that?
so there's more mobs on your list that aren't public yet.
Oh, of course. 'Cause we
Oh,
only
I knew
have,
that.
like, maybe 10 mobs that are teased, but not previewed. And, you know, there's a lot left to make that 125 mark.
Yeah. 125 is a bit ambitious, don't you think?
Oh, it definitely is. But the problem is we call that our short list, because every
Holy-
time we see a new cool animal, we're like, ooh, we should put this on the list.
Like a
and
Topo
so we have
dentatus,
What was
for
that?
instance? I said like a Topo dentatus.
Yeah. Because,
English small.
It's a weird looking creature.
it's
It's weird.
weird
Was it like
and
that one
awesome.
with like the bird beak and the monkey hands and crap or something? I don't remember. There's just
It looks like it has like a hammerhead type thing.
not the one I'm thinking of. That.
Were you thinking
Yeah,
of
it's-
that weird chameleon monkey thing from the Triassic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that. It was a lizard though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I think that's called Trypanosaurus.
Yeah, I think there's only like 1 or 2 specimens of it from Antarctica, I think.
Yeah.
I
I don't know
can't
where
remember.
from, but I think it's called a Trypanosaurus.
I
Looking
think
it up.
Travy Explainer did an
Yeah,
episode on it.
please.
So, next on the list. Yeah, this is one that me and Kang have both very much agreed on. Is there a GUI planned for fossil skeletons and stone tablets? So you can select which ones or some sort of scrolling system, because it gets very tedious place at trying to get the right skeleton.
Skeletons, yes. When we redo the fossil models with the paleontology update stuff, we will be doing a new way to get to your fossil models. There'll probably be some sort of block where you'll put the bones into that and make some sort of selection.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As
That's
for
good to hear.
the tablets, we don't have any plans of changing those, just because that's how it works in vanilla with paintings, right?
Yeah, the only reason, I'm the one who added the stone tablets idea, because a lot of, well, some of the stone tablets, not all of them, they're like parts of bigger pictures, aren't they? Like the T-Rex being dragged away. I think that one's in like 2 parts, but I can never seem to get them to overlap.
Well, you can't get them to overlap.
Yeah,
you would
I
have to
didn't-
put them next to each other.
Yeah, and I wish there was a way that you could combine the two, because I really like the stone tablet
I
artwork.
did find
but-
out, but it's not like a permanent solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think that was just how it was originally designed. It might have been by the original team with Flam, like I mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember when the tablets were added or not.
Oh, I actually do have a question that I just thought of. When you do like the archaeology update and stuff, will you keep like the biofossils and stuff as like legacy, like
That-
creative only legacy?
I don't know. I feel like they'd just be redundant at that point, because we'd have the skeletons for you to get all of your fossils from, and then you would, what I want to do, this isn't, of course, set in stone, like, we haven't agreed upon a plan, but I'd like to add some sort of separate ore for the archaeology stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know if biofossils will stay or not. That's just, something for the devs to discuss.
Okay. Okay then. Okay, down to the last 2 then, unless anyone else has any others. So next one on the list is, would the team ever consider adding a config to make it so mobs would only eat from feeders to save enclosures from like their grazing rampages? That one was asked by Kang.
And forwarded by me. It's a guy.
Well, we've never had that idea has never come up.
Oh, okay. No, it
And
has.
as far as I know, it hasn't been suggested before. So we've never discussed it.
Can we suggest it, Red? Can us not suggest
I mean,
yeah,
sure.
we're suggesting it.
I'll keep that in mind. Right.
Yes. As someone who builds very detailed enclosures, I agree.
Yeah, and Kang likes their enclosures as well. I'm quite fond of them too.
Yeah, this update, the 8.0.4, I made sure that we added a way to multiply your plants. So now you can use bone meal to spread them a little bit. So that should help, at least to replenish whatever they're destroying.
Okay.
But otherwise, we'll have to just table that thought until a future update, see if... we'll see what the other devs have to say.
Okay, and I'll one of us will post it to the wiki and see what comes of it then.
Okay.
Okay, then. And then final question from me, unless the others have anything else, is besides Minecraft, are there any games that you enjoy playing in your off time?
I don't play a lot of games, but I really like Zoo Tycoon and Parkosaurus. Like, those little tycoon builders, I sink so much time into them. And I really want to get Planet Zoo because it looks so good. The Prehistoric Kingdom, too. Just at this point, I'm waiting for Planet Zoo to go on sale. And for Prehistoric Kingdom to get a full release.
I'm looking forward to Prehistoric Kingdom.
And fun fact for those who don't know, our music designer, Nano Tyranno, who made the music discs, he's their music designer.
Oh,
So if you see any posts from Byron, that's Nano.
oh okay. That's an interesting bit of trivia.
We're really proud of him and how he's just like moving up in the world.
Understandably.
From a Minecraft mod to an actual game.
Flightless found via launch cataplants.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Here.
They are
It's great.
weird and wacky plants, but they're fun. So, anyone have any other questions?
Let's see. I think.
Do you have any plans for the amber? Or is that just going to forever remain an unobtainable item?
I don't like to have unobtainable things in the mod for long periods of time.
Amber's been untenable for a while.
Right.
Yeah, for as long as I can remember.
So, at some point, it would probably be nice to make that at least an aesthetic thing. Like, you would get an amber item and put it in a little display case for your museums or something.
Oh, that reminds me of another thing.
Or make like a little cane.
Ah,
Oh,
please.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
But
yeah,
another
I'm not
thing-
sure what else amber could be used for. Like, unfortunately, there's, not really any chance that you would get DNA from a real thing of amber.
Yeah,
And we're trying to stay realistic.
But
So,
Maybe a
We'll
way
have
to
to
get
see.
like prehistoric seeds or insects from it.
Yeah, that
true.
would be an interesting one.
but
But,
we'll have to
another
see. All of
thing
our
is,
insects so far are very, very large and probably would not get stuck in amber.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing is that would you ever consider adding in like the ability to place down dinosaur eggs or other various items just for like zoo or museum stuff?
Like an unfertile egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think they had those back in the day, but you couldn't like place them or anything.
I know you're thinking of like the terror birds.
Yeah, maybe.
Those still exist.
I mean, we'd definitely consider something like that, of course, especially once we try to think about like the paleontology update and museums and such, how we could add more items to display and things like that. And I think ice and fire, you can display eggs using ice and fire, right?
Yeah, using
Right.
the podiums.
Yeah, so since Alex, our coder, works on both of those mods, he could easily like repurpose that code for Fossils and Archaeology.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just a
actually kinda
question of,
hoping
does it
there
make
could be
sense
some
for
kind of
us?
compatibility with that. No, that would be really nice.
Cross compatibility would be a nice fit. Would be a nice addition.
Yeah, as far as I know, Alex wants to do like compatibility for all of his mods. It's just, of course, not a priority right now because he's got 4 mods to work on, maybe more. I don't know. I've lost track.
Yeah, I know he works on rats, ice and fire, and FNA, but what's his 4th one?
He works on Citadel, which is just the
I thought
continuation
that was pronounced
of.
Citadel.
I don't know. Maybe it is, but it's the continuation of L Library. So L Library is
yeah.
not being produced anymore.
Oh, isn't it?
Oh, so that's
The
why.
original devs just aren't around. So Alex made the next version for later Minecraft versions.
Oh, well, that explains why you made it, then.
Right.
I
Kind of
Yeah, I thought that was
explains.
just like his own special thing, so they can interact.
And he does have other mods that he's like working on that he hasn't released yet. I don't know if he's like actively working on them anymore, but there was Project Van Buren that he was sharing a bunch of pictures of and hasn't posted anything recently. And then he had some biome. I don't think it's my place to say, since it wasn't my project. And he was also working on a biome mod, and so he cycles through all of his different mods that he works on.
Oh, okay.
So, since he just finished an FA update, he's probably gonna
Working on rats.
switch to another one. Yeah,
More
That's like
rats.
his new baby or something right now.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
seems like
We were
it,
making plenty of jokes about that.
yeah, the Gatling rats. I like the Gatling rat. It's
The
funny.
what?
the
Oh, yeah,
rattling gun.
What?
The Rattling gun.
Oh my god.
The Gatling
I have
gun.
not played with rats in a while, so that is...
The general premise is it's a Gatling gun, but a rat sits in it and like controls it. It's quite funny to watch.
Oh my
I
god.
remember him sharing a GIF of it on his Discord page.
You know what?
Yeah.
There's
His Twitter is
things
a
to see
fun
this later,
place.
too.
Pardon?
His Twitter is a very fun
I'm
place.
just leaving.
Yeah. So does anyone
Like,
else
he
have
was
any
working on a
questions?
dinosaur mod.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Kang's question is, for the dimensional update, how would you go about trying to create some sort of ecosystem so the carnivores don't go around and massacring all the herbivores?
Well, the carnivores, they should act like this now. Like, if they're not hungry, they don't kill something.
I know
And
that
as far as I know, that's how they act. So it would just basically be a question of balancing the carnivore's hunger to the reproduction rate of the herbivores.
And I'd also
If that
say
makes
the
sense.
amount of carnivores as well.
Right. So carnivores wouldn't spawn as much as herbivores. They might
Mhm.
spawn in herds or something.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of herding, are you aware of the herding AI being a little some
Yes, we are aware of every bug that everyone has ever told us about because they don't stop telling us about them. Oh look, the snail's moving now.
Finally. Not like that took ages.
He was scared.
He's moving at snail's pace. Kang also asked us if you would need to prevent like massive packs of T-Rexes.
Yeah, of course. So we wouldn't want a lot of T-Rexes to spawn because they could kill a lot of things. So it would really just be a, oh, you scared the snail again. Good job, Small.
I was flying!
Yeah, that was Flight. That's Flight with
Yeah, I
a
was
massive
listening
god
with his own
sword.
medicine, aka like,
That wasn't me! I'm gonna go away now.
So,
fun fact, that lightning rod thing is actually from the ancient metal, from FNF.
Kang also asks, what would that be adding some sort of pack limit AI or just general spawn rate?
I have no idea, first of all. I'm not a coder, I'm an artist, so I'm not sure how it would work. We've never done a dimension before either, so I would have to rely on our coder's judgment, Alex's judgment.
'Cause he's done a dimension before.
Yeah,
Anu's
he's done
dimension.
dimensions.
Who added Anu's dimension then?
I think that was Alex, but that's not like the same kind of dimension that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Is
But-
it like in the nether, or is it a different...
No,
It's
Anu's
the
one-
layer of darkness.
Yeah, Anu's dimension is called the Layer of Darkness. It's been around a while, come to think of it. But
Yeah.
it's
Wait, is it in the
Yeah.
same dimension as the...
No, it's its own thing. You get to
Yeah,
it
it's
via
its
I
own
was just
thing.
wondering, because, like, you know, you have, like, the end islands, and then the end
Right.
island
But
thing.
the lore behind some of the lore behind Anu is that he got banished to the Nether and tried to devise a way to get back to the overworld and ended up creating this extra sliver of the Nether called the Layer of Darkness, and that's where he's just been stuck.
He's just been vibing.
Yeah, vibing in his sarcophagus.
Yeah, with his army of hostile pigmen.
Yeah.
And lovely, lovely glass that I just can't help but steal each time I'm there.
And the Anubites, of course.
Yeah.
Oh god, the Anubites. Most things, like when I first went there, I didn't know they were there, and I just see this dog statue explode at me and run after me. So like, oh god, what's that? The Anubites were terrifying when I first saw them. Now they're just tedious. But still,
Speaking of
I think
Anu, I
they're-
actually have an Anu statue in my zoo on the server.
yeah, creative mode.
Yep, I got sick and tired of doing it all in survival, so I gave up.
Yeah, the benefit of being admins and owners is that we can occasionally bend the rules a little. So, does anyone else have any questions?
Does anyone want to try to fit onto this tire swing?
Oh, I think Can might be tightening something. Oh, nope. Small, flightless?
Yeah.
Do you currently have like a favorite model that you're working on?
That you're allowed to tell us.
Ooh.
Or not even that, just favorite in general.
I have... Okay, so I have 5 herbivore dinosaurs that I'm working on, and I'm going to preview them all together. which means that I have to finish all of them before I can tell you what they are.
Oh god.
2 of them are done. The sauropod, the model is done, but I have been working on the texture for over a year.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we're getting another sauropod.
Struggling. Yes, there's another sauropod. I am working on it, and I hate it because it's just. I am really good with small mobs, really small texture maps. So like the Diplocaulus, the Platyhystrix, those little guys.
But get to anything bigger and it's a pain in
Yeah, the sauropod is giant, and I do not know how to fill the canvas, and I have been working on it for a year, and it just hasn't come together. But some of my favorite mobs I worked on are the ones that I have finished that I cannot show you.
Oh, that's a shame.
But how finished is that sauropod texture?
I have the head and neck done.
Oh, okay, so a third of a way down.
Sort of, but the body is the problem, just because that's the biggest blank area.
Yeah, I imagine it would be. I mean, if it's anything like Saltosaurus, I imagine you've got lots of reference pictures to go off of, but then you've got like all the other more obscure types that may just be random.
You see, textures, they're their own things. Like, I don't base my textures off of existing paleo art. Like, I have some animals that I'm basing a texture off of, so
okay.
It's not a problem of inspiration, it's just everything I do just looks wrong on this big-ass rectangle.
Ah. So you're having the issue of no matter what you do as an artist, it always looks wrong.
Right. Correct.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. I imagine one of our other donors, Tot, will have a very similar idea as well. So, since we might not have any more questions, do you have any questions for us? It's a long shot, but we thought we'd put the idea forward.
When are you opening up your server?
Oh, actually after this.
When things stop breaking.
Yeah, when things stop breaking, so either later this evening or later today or tomorrow. I mean,
That's great. I thought I was just playing with you, asking a dick question, but okay, cool.
No,
Banshee,
honestly,
you must join us.
I'll try and fit on, but like enter. There we go.
Haha!
Huzzah! But yeah, I mean, to be honest, this, like Spawn's been done for a few days now. We've recently figured out how to get clear lag finished. Thank you, Kang. Kang is literally the wonderful oil that makes this machine run.
Oh god!
Kang is the reason we're still here. Yeah.
Yep.
Kang is our only techie, and we would be lost and dead without her.
Just gonna go back to where I was.
But
I screwed over everything.
yeah. So truth be told, yes, all hail the mighty Kang.
Yes.
But yeah. So as far as I know, the only things that really need finishing around Spawn are the shops, and that's something that we can just work on as and when. So besides the shops, we are pretty much done. Right, Kang, I'm not missing anything. Yeah, the essentials.
No technical crap that's been going on.
Well, I mean, there was the 2 hours of trying to get you on here. That happened.
Yep.
Hopefully no more of those.
Yeah, hopefully we get no more of those. And so yeah, other than that, we're pretty much done. As our players will probably be happy to know. And
Yeah.
this video is probably going to help the server grow a little bit more. It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you.
Yes.
Thank you. You guys as well.
It has been.
It has been.
Thanks for showing me around.
Yeah, I now kind of wish that there was more. Actually, I kind of wish that I could build like Roberto, because good God, can that man build spawns? Oh,
Yes, he can.
He's an amazing builder. The official server is very lucky to have him. If he is he still there? I haven't actually looked in a while.
He's actually the owner.
Oh,
The owner
is
is
he?
them.
Then yeah, they are very lucky to have him.
You
But-
guys have Noon, don't you?
Yeah, we have Noon, but Noon's
He doesn't really do anything.
yeah, Noon just sits there looking cool.
I didn't even know he existed until I was an admin, so...
Yeah,
He just sits down and then pops on.
Yeah,
and
Noon
goes.
pops up every now and then, but we like having
Noon
him
is
around.
one of our contributors, and he helps Rob with all of his builds. So,
Okay.
if you guys need building help, why don't you just ask the builder?
Yeah, we'll give him a shout whenever we need something bid making, because we would like to start doing more events. Like, we've been trying to do them for ages, but each time we try and do an event, the server dies. from some new era. Like,
Flashbacks to December.
Oh yeah, the Christmas
was hell.
fiasco. Yeah, December was hell. Easter is this weekend, so we can't do
came back,
Easter.
everything got fucked to high hell, and I left.
Yeah, so... But now that we're on this new server provider, the server's been the most stable it's been ever. So, now that the server's getting stable, we are looking to... I think the next update will be... We could do something for the summer solstice, to be honest. If anyone celebrates that anymore. I mean, I celebrate it. It's nice. But,
Or someone like for summer break or summer vacation.
like a summer event or winter event, maybe a Halloween. Because Noon on one of the previous servers was going to do a Halloween event, but I think we didn't give him enough time to plan for it, and the server died, so it never actually came to pass. But we are getting our act together, so shit will get done. The server won't die. We will have.
This is the most alive server we've had since, like, God, that had been like about a year.
Like hug the tree at this point.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, touch wood, not wood.
Well, we can't
just
knock
hug
on
a
wood
forest.
small. We have block hands. And
Press the button.
Punch.
Yeah, press the wildwood buttons.
Which are supposed to be like on the vlogs.
But yeah. So server's pretty much done, and since this is the stablest it's been since effectively our inception, we'll have more events. We'll have more community-based things. Because something that I've always sort of wanted is for the mod pack to, well, for the server to be more community-centered. Which is why the poll went up for what people wanted the server to actually be based on more. Because initially we did have like industrial craft, build craft, more tech mods, but seeing that people want more decoration, we thought, why not? And now we've got fancy roofs and dynamic trees and quark.
Fancy windows.
Oh yeah, the windows as well, Mr. Crayfish.
And the doors.
Oh, and the doors.
And the bridges.
The doors, the bridges. We've added so much in terms of decoration. it's unreal.
And I love it. And I was very proud of the FNA community when everyone decided on parking, because that's all I do with FNA.
And 174 votes. Good. Seeing that many people vote. I mean, I know that probably a lot of them don't actually play on the server, but just seeing that many people actively vote towards what they wanted from a server actually made me feel like the server, like this isn't a lost cause, and I'm not just doing this for me and my friends.
Right.
So,
it's really rewarding seeing the activity on like social media, because Twitter will let you see how many people have seen your tweet, how many people have liked it, that sort of thing, and that's really nice to see how many people you're reaching with your posts.
Yeah, and you helped a load with that, because we would not have had 174 people if it was just us sharing it.
And before you like get off or anything, drink the ironberry juice. It's initiation.
No.
I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna drink the juice.
She will not drink the Kool-Aid.
We better do the same thing.
I don't think I can make this a splash potion.
No, you can't. It pretty much slows. It's like alcohol. It just slows you down and gives you nausea. He's trying to get everyone to do it. It's hilarious but annoying at the same time. But it pretty much makes you stand still.
Or do anything.
Dang it, I can't jail my own admins.
But yeah, it truly has been an absolute pleasure having you. You have no idea how big of a thing this is for us.
Yeah, anytime.
Well, thank you, and hopefully next time, if we ever manage to get you on here again, we won't have to wait 2 hours.
Why am I?
What? What?
Help!
How is that a thing?
We need to get trench coat on you guys.
Oh yeah!
The piggy backpack.
Oh my god.
We need a trench coat, and you just need to like walk backwards to keep the enemy.
Yeah.
Front.
That
That is so weird.
Great.
that's perfect.
Wait, hold on. I know what I want to do now. Where is it? Oh, it's in transport? I don't know. I don't know where it is.
But yeah, hopefully people enjoy the server, people enjoy the mod pack, and the server won't die anymore because I'm getting real sick and tired of changing providers, especially after Tyler
Dang it, I
left.
can't
And
stack multiple people.
oh, that's a shame. But yeah, having to actually pay for the server myself, no, that was an interesting change. But
And then the donators just fix that problem.
oh
Isn't
yeah.
it like we have like 4 months backed up?
Yeah, we've got like 4 months backed up at the moment. Now, more donations would be nice because then we can start working on things like a website, a proper forms, more.
We have a website for it.
Yeah, shh. We're not meant to know about that yet. So we're working on it.
Bleep that out. Yeah, bleep that out.
Yeah, we are currently working on a website, but it's currently very much a work in progress. We're still trying to learn how to do it. But yeah, we are trying to work on expanding our horizons. It's driving me up the wall as well. I'd help you more, but I have to learn all of it first. I want to help, but I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, anyone else have anything to ask? On either side? Anything to ask? Oh, no! ASDF, do you have anything else?
I think that's it.
Oh, okay then. So, thank you for joining us, and thank you all of our wonderful viewers for joining us as well. And I hope everyone's enjoyed their time here today. And I'll see everyone else in the next video, and I work with all these people, so I can't really escape them. I'm small.
I just kidnapped you.
Wait, I have an idea.
Am I just being passive around people
If
there?
you spawn.
But yes.
What?
Oh my
Thank you, all you wonderful lords and ladies on the
Quickly,
internet,
someone
for
piggyback
watching.
me. We need to
Actually,
make
I'm taking a
this stack.
screenshot of this. Hang on. So yeah, thank you all you wonderful
Piggyback
lords
on
and ladies on the internet
thing
for
and then,
watching.
like,
I
continue
hope
the
you
stack.
enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll leave a few likes if you have enjoyed it as much as we have. And I hope to see all you wonderful people in the next video. Bye bye.